Welcome everybody, here's your strategy wolf. Welcome back to Pentiment, welcome back to Magdalena, right Magdalena here. In the Rathaus of Tassing, we are about to start our first drawing on the mural, after finding out something about the pagans and the Roman past of Tassau in the salt mine, so we're kind of ready for this. I still want to read also the book that we were given, the Historia Tassia, that should reveal even more, but unfortunately, or like there was no time to read right now, or the game wants us to paint, so that's what we're gonna do. Before we get into quickly, if you're new here, I'm the strategy wolf. I'm going to be a historian hopefully soon, and I'm probably in 4 months or something like this. Hopefully. and I'm also playing a lot of games, and mostly with a historical background. So when I play, I try to put it all into perspective, try to teach or tell some extra stories when I can, and add my little comments. If you like this kind of style, mostly also roleplay based and not always on optimizing, rather than just having a nice narrative, a cool story to experience together, then I would be more than excited if you leave me a subscription so you wouldn't miss out on future ones. And if you stay here for a bit, check it out, would be fantastic. Let me know down in the comments what you think and so forth. But yeah, so much about this, then let's jump right in and get to work on the mural. Okay, 2 hours. This, I thought... Hi Max! Our little... not lover, but... wannabe lover? I don't know how you call these guys. He's into us, yeah, we're not sure about him. Hey Max, how's the mural coming along? Magdalene, for Christ's sake, let's sigh heavily. Yeah, we wanna we like him, but not necessarily that we're into him, I guess. For Christ's sake, it's hard to know what yeah, we told him to not call us Max. For Christ's sake, we're a little bit sassy sometimes. What? How many times do I have to tell you? Use my proper name. Oh, right, sorry. Anyway, Magdalene, how's the mural going? It doesn't look like much yet. Well, of course it doesn't look like anything now. I only just finished priming the wall, now I have to decide what to depict. It's hard to piece together the history of Tassing when it happened so long ago. Since the Abbey library burned, I can only rely on stories from people around Tassing. Even what I could find about the Romans and pagans was obscure. I had to go into the old salt mine to find anything. At least now I know what to paint for the first part of the mural. So what is it? I think I'm gonna go for the second. I think a little Greek mythology or Roman is not bad. The tools and the pottery is a little bit boring and too like archaeological, and like, yeah, we're not gonna show like human sacrifices to Perchta. So Smokey told me a story about the god Mars as a wolf, the nymph Tassia, and how their spring was blessed. Sounds interesting. Is that Christian though? I might be a little worried Father Thomas will take it the wrong way. So what made you choose this story anyway? I like that it's about the founding of Tassing. Everyone knows the spring in the woods, yeah, I think so. I guess that's true. We all know that it's old and it's always been here. Still, I think Father Thomas might be upset about Mars and the lady. Thanks for explaining it. Of course, I want you all to understand why I'm making these choices. So. Well, now that I've figured this portion about the mural out, I'd better start thinking about next section. I'll leave you it for Magdalene. At least it's trying now. Good night, Eds. Good night, Magdalene. This is our final decision. Okay, yeah, but I like that one from Smokey, to be honest. write to Mathieu. Now I've decided how to depict Tassing's earliest history. I should decide how to paint Kirsau's history, yeah. Madame Limonata letter mentioned that a Mathieu Fonsignisson used to be a brother in Kirsau. Yeah, I mean, not Mathieu. She said he knew a great deal about the Abbey's history. I should write to him and ask him what he remembers. Oh, and I have Esther's letter to answer too. I should write to them both now before bed. Oh, before I write, I should read that old book Brigitte gave me. Yeah, maybe I'll learn something pertinent for the murals. Right. Where were we reading? Stanley's best admission. Let's have a quick look after our father. See, but probably just sleeping. Yeah, I won't bother him now. Then I guess we're gonna write first. I hope that's the same desk basically where we can do both writing and reading. Alright, where to begin? Right, the old book. It was the Barretts before Martin stole it. Perfect. I wanted to read anyways. I can't make much out of it. The Latin is much harder than I'm used to. The book isn't in great shape either since it's been sitting in a farmer's house for so long. Let's see. Oh, here's a section about the various dedications erected in the town. That might be easier to read. Ergo simulacrum in agre ut Mars nostrum operem conspiciat. Ergo, I guess. Let's not pretend. In the acre and Mars did something to our operem, our work. Or opus, operem. Conspiciat, conspicuous. This one seems like a dedication to Mars to bless our field. Sedit Diana loco saturginosis ipsa. He's where Diana sat in the place and I don't know this one. Virgin Roman goddess. Good that we're painting this, right? This one talks about Diana wetting herself, bathing in the spring maybe. See? Oremus od defendat oppidum. Did something and defended the village. Oh, this one isn't as hard. Let us pray so that he or she really may defend the town. None of this really makes any sense. Maybe someone with better Latin than me could help me read it. The book is so big though, it could be a lot of work. I could ask Sister Gertrude or Balthas for help. Werner too, he's much better at Latin than anyone else in town. Maybe even Father Thomas, even though Dad warned me not to bother him with secular books. Nah. Chances are slim they could help, but it might be worth asking about. I should finish writing my letters first. Mother Illuminata told me that Mathieu knew some of the Abbey's early history. He's the Archdeacon of Sion now. I should write to him before the snow comes. I'll write to Esther too. Yeah. Writing to Mathieu. Most revered Mathieu Fonsignossi, son Archdeacon of Sion. My name is Magdalene Druckerin. I'm the daughter of Tassing's town printer Klaus. My father and I are creating a mural for Tassing's Rathaus. We want to show the history of the town and the Abbey. Yeah, I don't know which spaces, if they liked each other, Mathieu and Illuminata, that's the question. Let's go with this one. I heard that you were the sacristan. A sacristan is which job? Appointed official in monastery responsible for maintaining the sacristy, where vestments and objects used in ceremonies are kept. The sacristan is also often the treasurer. I heard you were the sacristan at Kirsau and knew a great deal about the Abbey's early history. I understand you're a busy man, but we would be most appreciative of any information you could give us. If you know of any other places where we might learn about the Abbey's history, we would appreciate it. Yeah, maybe the last one isn't bad. I mean, he lost also a lot. I know it may be small comfort, but there are many in Tassing who regret what happened during the revolt. Sister Gertrude is still here with the poor Clares, and she speaks fondly of the old Abbey. Thank you for your help. Magdalene. Esther. Please forgive me for not writing sooner. So much has happened since I last wrote. Even as my last letter was en route to you, Dad was attacked in the workshop in the middle of the night. He survived, thank God, but his injuries are terrible. I worry about him. He's so dizzy he can't get out of bed. Some days his eyes become foggy and his memory fails him. Dr. Stolz said he's not going to recover, that it's only a matter of time before he succumbs to the injury. He's going to do the best he can to make things comfortable for Dad. I'm glad he's here to help. I have no idea who could have wanted to attack my father or why. I found a note by him too. All it said was, stop. I wasn't from the shop because the script was written in the most elaborate hand I've ever seen. No one in Tassing has such skill in script as far as I know. And anyway, I don't have the time to wonder about it. I've had my hands full running the workshop alone while tending to Dad. What's more, the town council intended to cancel the mural entirely. I had a hell of a time convincing them to let me paint it instead. They made a fuss about my being too young, not experienced enough, not strong enough to be on the scaffold. You know how it is. I suppose I shouldn't have. I would want to go to Easter. I can't wait to leave this place. Maybe it is the coming of winter, but Tassing feels more and more cramped. I've had enough of everyone asking me about the mural and doubting my skills. Working on the mural hasn't been a welcome distraction from the naysayers in my course. And worrying about that. Eds has been coming over under the pretense of helping me prepare my paints too. Yeah, no, we don't be... I wish he'd stop, he's not subtle and his flirting is annoying, I don't know. It's sweet and I'm glad for the company, he makes the days easier. Even though I will not answer his flirts, I guess. I'd like to have the whole mural finished by Christmas if I can. If you want to finish it in time for Dad to see it, it could mean so much to him. If Dr. Stolz is right, I don't know how long I'll have. I hope you're faring better than we are here. All my love, Magda. And then are we sleeping? No, it's just the time we're writing, okay. Translation trouble? That's what we have to do with the doctors. Yeah, let's go to sleep. It is late, I should get some rest soon. Let's do it. Several days, okay. What the hell? I hope we were able to ask somebody for the translation in the meantime. Alrighty. Again, the Reichspostman again with the bringing us the stuff. Mistress Drucken, a few more letters for you. Take care. Thank you, sir. Safe travels. The first letter is from Reverend Mathieu. Oh, nice. He replied. Mistress Druckerin, I was not acquainted with your family during my years at Kiersau. Even so, I remember your father was one of the townsfolk who prevented the peasantry from burning us alive. I am not overly inclined to assist the people of Tassing in their endeavors to catalogue the origins of the abbey they destroyed. However, it was a long time ago, in the interest of posterity and Christian charity, I will tell you what I recall. Sometime after the Romans left, Christians settled in the region and built Kiersau Abbey, on the ruins of a fortress. The abbey was founded by a nobleman of the Kiersau family. She was both its patron and its first abbess. Perhaps 2 centuries ago, Kiersau changed to being run by an abbot. I do not know the reason, but many other double monasteries did likewise around the same time. I may have been done out of fear of being shut down, as double monasteries were frowned upon by the Pope. Sadly, that is the extent of my knowledge. Your neighbors put any other records about the abbey to the torch. Sic arset historia Kiesis. Upset so burns the history of Kirsau. Thus burned the history of Kirsau. While we cannot change the past, I have heard that sisters of the poor Clares have formed a new chapter at the Abbey. I can only hope that their love of apostolic poverty has not driven them to impoverish the shrine of St. Moritz. Assuming they have not consigned the contents of Kirsau's former occupants to a bonfire, you might find something there. It is hard to be overjoyed at the news of your neighbor's late regrets. It is hard to be overjoyed. Didn't look very happy about it. Many of the injuries inflicted 18 years ago will never heal. Regret cannot undo what has been done, but we can all find redemption through Christ. You must pray for love and reconciliation in the days ahead. In the end, that is all that matters. Winter comes swiftly. Huguenots and Lutherans plague my homeland. Oh, Huguenots, interesting. French Calvinists from their vocal and sometimes violent opposition to the Catholic Church. Okay. Yeah, Sion is in probably western Switzerland, I'm not sure. Maybe, if everything is French speaking. Thank the Lord you still live in a land ruled by the one true church. I hope this has been of some help to you and yours. May God keep and protect you. The Most Reverend Mathieu Francignon, Archdeacon of Sion. Kind of a hardliner. Ah, another reply from Esther. I think that's so much nicer, probably. Oh, Magdalene. I'm terribly sorry to hear about your father. My parents send their deepest condolences. If we can provide you anything from Prague, you need only send word. I know we are further away than it's easy to travel, but I will see that we can do what Hashem allows. What is Hashem? Ah, the name in Hebrew, that is a way to refer to God. Okay. Father says that he remembers no one who would want to harm your father. Yet the night I was born, he remembers great strife in town. Yeah, perhaps there's an old blood over depicting the rite of the revolt? That is all he could suggest. We pray for you and your father every day in our offerings. Hashem will make all things right in time. He will exact justice on the culprits. I'm encouraged to hear that the town council let you continue the mural at all. The guilds here would protect your right to complete a job, especially once a contract has been reached. You will like Prague much better than Tassing, I think. Truly, I cannot wait for you to visit. But I'm glad that you have found some joy in your work on the mural in the meantime. We are all well here. Elisha has been carving a new set of wood cuttings and father has agreed to a new contract with the university. I found Simon. His family didn't move far away after all. He's planning on working as a doctor in the city once the expulsion order ends. His parents have been meeting with mother and father quite often now. So I hope that I will be sending good news in my next letter. With Hashem's help. Please inform us of your father's condition in your next letter. Be well, Esther. Nice. That's all the letters I have for now. I should head home and check on that. Yeah, still like on it. Good morning, Magdalene. I'm here right on time. I hope you are well. Well enough. How's my dad? That's what we are about to discuss. How are you feeling, Klaus? His fever broke at dawn this morning. That's good news, right? All things in time. I still feel weak. The dizziness has not receded. My head continues to spin whenever I try to sit or stand up for too long. Occasionally I'm struck with sudden and severe headaches. The damage runs deeper than I first thought. Let me be honest here, with both of you, I'm worried. The circumstances are not unfolding to our benefit. Klaus, your health is not mending. Perhaps it's due to your age, perhaps. You have passed numerous critical days with no change for the better. Meanwhile, the winter draws closer and I'm running low on medical supplies. With the road into town likely snowed in, especially the pass, supply shipments will not arrive for months. Have you asked Gertrude for help? I have. I'm surprised, Werner. I didn't think you'd ever take her seriously. We have consulted on matters. She has seen head injuries before and remembers what Brother Florian told her. It has been a difficult year. Even with the patrols in Bavaria, many merchants have been struck by bandits. French troops have periodically raided the western holdings of our empire. With the fall of Esztergom and Skereshkafar to the Ottoman Turks, many trade routes from the east have been cut. The pillage of Nice by Barbarossa's corsairs and our losses in Italy have also put us into predicament in the south. As always, we suffer from the wars of others. The Empire struggles, but can't you get us supplies around here? I will do what I can, but our options are limited. I wish I already had a copy of Vesalius de Humani Corporis Fabrica. In the meantime, Klaus, Magdalene, pray to God. I must take my leave, I will come again next week. I thank you, Dr. Stolz. I thank you as well. I'm only doing what I meant to do for this town. Stay out of trouble, Magdalene. He worries too much. I'll be alright. Do you want anything to eat before I leave for the day? I'm working on the next section of the mural today. I'm not so hungry right now. I'll be alright. Your letter from the Archdeacon, yes? That's right. What did you learn from him? He didn't have too much to say. He was still upset about the Abbey's destruction. He did say the Abbey was founded by a noble woman after the Romans left. Everything else burned in the fire. How unfortunate. I know the brothers kept careful records of the monastery. So much lost in one night. The Archdeacon did suggest that poor Clares might have held onto some of the records from the convent. I should be able to learn more about Tassing's Christian history there. An excellent place to start, Magdalene. Sister Gertrude doesn't come out of the convent much, but I think it's worth asking her. Maybe Father Thomas knows something too. I should talk to him. If I recall correctly, the miller's wife has a long family history in Tassing. She may know something of the local history that the others have forgotten. Else? I thought she moved here when she was married. She doesn't have any relatives in town. Not anymore. Age, illness and marriage took the rest of her family. But the Kavietzels used to live all up and down this valley. Go talk to her, I will, thanks, Dad. Maybe something remained in the Abbey's ruins. I should definitely see what's left. Magdalene, you be careful. Those ruins are dangerous. Oh, what did I say? Damn it. Alright, wear a scarf too. It's getting cold out now. I can feel it in my auto. I did say something that we'll be careful, right? I accidentally hit enter. Don't worry, Dad. I'll see you tonight, alright? Alright, good luck. Okay, now we have the next options. Talking to Elsa, going to the monastery, going to the nuns for St. Moritz. Right to Easter again. And I would still like to read into the Historia Tassio now. Hello, Magda, yeah, it's so nice that Clara helps us, I can't believe it. Go to sleep, what? No. Sunday frogs. What happened to the Apollo and Artemis with the frog situation now? I guess we're gonna find out, but first let's visit Baltas. And let's have also a look at what we've painted so far. Because I wanted to check out this dude's still standing like this. Hello Baltas, do you have a moment? Only one, I'm afraid. What can I do for you? I came across a book about the history of Tassing and I was hoping you could help me read it. Oh no, not today. I'm far too busy for that at the moment. Nazi and I have our hands full preparing the Christian's ale, you see. I'm still working on the beer. Oh yeah, of course, sorry to bother you. Not at all, apologies, I couldn't be of more help. Oh, sad. Ciao, Magdalene. Hello, Ignazio, how are you? Ah, I am well. The wind is approaching quickly now. What is you say here, Perta pinching at your nose? What is it you say here, Perta pinching at your nose? Ah, yeah. Haha, yes, that is the saying. Baltus has been explaining many of your funny Bavarian sayings to me. I must admit they are rather charming, even if the language is a bit rough to my tongue. Will you be staying in Tassing long enough to learn more of our funny sayings? I should return to Genoa soon, but Baltus and I still have a business to conduct. It has taken longer than I anticipated to complete. His accounts are complex. I may be forced to remain a few more weeks. Dio, who knows? It must be difficult for you to be so far from home for so long. Baltus has made me most welcome, so I'm not in particular rush. I only wish to return to Genoa before any heavy snowfall, otherwise my journey will take twice as long. I'll get you back to work then. Grazie, Magdalene. Until later. From Genoa, okay. Then let's see if Stolz can help us read it. She was the best Latin, right? Hello, Magdalene, can I help you? Hello, Dr. Stolz. I have a book here and I can't read it very well. I was wondering if you could help me translate it. If you bring it Father Christmas, I might be able to help after Christmas. I have too much to do right now. I can't spare that much time. Oh, I understand. Sorry, Magdalene. Until later? Until then. Okay. Yeah, Father Thomas was a hint, but I don't know if I should really go to him. Oh, it's covered. It's not from the... Oh, that's gonna be a majestic ending of the... and probably also of the game when we finish the mural, I guess. That's cool. Yeah, once again, impresses me this game, how it plays with the depiction of history and its stories and different narratives. It's fantastic. The Father Thomas, are we going, let's quickly, before we talk to Thomas, I would say let's rather go to the mill quickly and talk to Else. Her honor. Magdalene, dear, what brings you up to the hill? Dad suggested I ask about your family for the mural. He said your sister used to tell him about your family history. Your family name was Kaviesel, wasn't it? Oh. Not a soul in town has asked me about my family in years. It was beginning to think my neighbors had forgotten us. I'm not surprised your father remembers that Kaviesels. He was sweet on my sister before he met your mother. I'm the last of us left now. Is it a local name? I should think so. My grandfather told me the Kavietsels have lived in Tassing for hundreds of years. Perhaps even 1,000, though it seems impossible to imagine a time so long ago. Were they Romans? No, the Kavietsels were part of the old people, the original Bavarian people. They helped to resettle Tassing after the Romans left. Built a new home right on the spot where they had been living when the Romans arrived. What a blessing. St. Moritz brought your family to God. It is because of St. Moritz that I will see my family again in heaven. When I think of the ancient Kavietsels driven from their land only to find it again and become Christians, they feel nearer for me. Do you understand? I think so. It's like when my dad tells me a story about courting my mom. I don't remember her face, but when he tells me about her smile, I can almost recall it. Yes, it doesn't matter whether you really remember. When I sing my sister's favorite songs to Ulrike, I may not know all the words anymore, but that's alright. Just as I may not exactly know how the Kavesel resettled Tassing. What matters is that I feel close to her, and then, even though they are far from me now. That is what stories are for, Magda. Now go on, you've got a mural to complete. Let's choose this option here. God bless you, Else. God bless you, Magdalene, dear. Okay, nice. Learned something, not too much though. God bless you, Magdalene. Hello, Anna, how are you? Keeping busy, there's always plenty to do around the house. How's the mural coming? Paul mentioned your progress is quite impressive. Oh, I'll have to thank him. That's high praise from a councilman. Haha, truth be told, he enjoys following your progress. I'll have to bring Andreas and Ulrike by sometimes to see your progress. We won't get in your way, of course. I'm sure they'd love to learn about the process. You're all more than welcome, but watch your step. There's plaster everywhere. I've just mixed a new batch to keep the wall moist. It's hard to maintain the right texture when it's cold out. Oh, I can imagine. I had a similar problem when I helped my mother in the bakery. Rolling dough in winter was such trouble. We had to throw out so many batches that mother wouldn't rise. Your discipline is admirable, Magdalene. You know, I was a real rascal back in the day. Skipped on working with my parents more times than I can count. So it wasn't Big York who was the troublemaker. Oh no, York always has been more hardworking than me. I was a thief and scoundrel. It started with cakes from my mother's table, still hot from the oven. Soon it was silverware, mugs, trinkets I found around town. Ulrike's little hat once even belonged to Andreas Mahler, your father's friend. I stole it from his head. Funny. Of course, stealing is against the Lord's commandments. So my father would make me return everything if I hadn't eaten it already, and march me to church to pray. Father Thomas grew accustomed to seeing me more often than Sunday mornings. What changed? I grew out of the habit over time. I think I started to see why parents had such a devotion to the Lord. Stealing was my way of acting out. But when the trouble started in town, I realized that my thieving wasn't doing any good. I decided I'd rather honor my father and mother as God commands. It gives me grace with Andreas and Ulrike on those hard days, and with the rest of the town too. That's more charitable than some people in Tassing deserve. Everyone deserves grace, Magdalene, regardless of their sins. Well, I won't keep you any longer. I'm sure you have plenty of moral work to do. I'll see you later, Anna. God bless you, Magdalene. Nice conversation, and you have Andreas's head. Hello, Mac. Oh, nice, we learned something, but yeah, also a good moment for us, I guess, to finish this episode again. Next time, I think we're gonna continue probably talking to Father Thomas quickly. I don't know if we're gonna ask about the book, but maybe some background stories and what was mentioned to us, and then I'll also go talk to Gertrude, both for medicine and then St. Moritz and so forth, of the past, and then probably we're going to explore the ruins of the Abbey. So lots of stuff to do again, and I hope you're gonna be with me. If you want to be, of course, and you're still here, it would be fantastic if you leave a like and subscription, so you also will be notified by the next episode coming, and also to support my channel and my work a little bit. Thank you so much. And then most importantly, see you next time in the next episode. Thank you for watching. Bye. Your Strategy Wolf.